So one of the earliest videos I made through Project Chronicle through daily vlogging in 2014 was a practice from a book called The Art of Possibility by Benjamin and Rosamund Zander, and this practice is number 10 called Being the Board. It's basically when you define yourself as the board. It's not who you are, it's how you define yourself. It's a framework for seeing how you can respond to real life. If you define yourself as the board, you see the outside of the board as sort of things that move onto it, and you transform the board by responding. This framework really strengthens you at no one else's expense. Instead of blaming which causes you personal power, you basically say, I own what happens on this board because it's in my sphere of choice and consequences. I am the framework for all that happens in my life. Some assumption I have made is the source of my difficulty. My spirit is still whole, but I'm seeing the way that leads to exclusion. I mean, in all honesty, grace arrives when we own risks we take that are out of our control. I love this line too. Declaring yourself a victim to a known risk is being a poor loser in a game that you choose to play because you entered the game. Do you feel that it's empowering and liberating to declare yourself responsible for your life and responsible for what happens around you? You can transform your life into the conditions of which you want to experience. You're not changing the conditions you experience, you're changing your outlook on it. It's sort of like action is this ongoing integration and making room for all the moves that have pieces that happen on the board. One of the examples I can think about is, let's say you have negative people in your life and you have the opportunity to go somewhere else. You can take those negative people off your board. That's a small example, just weeding out negative people in your life. You can choose better people to be around. There's a lot of talk about making a difference versus control, because in this book it talks about universe of possibility versus a world of measurement, which is labeling and judging and blame. The false thing about blame in a world of measurement is that it gives us control back. When we blame people for problems, we sort of shift the responsibility to respond onto other people. A universe of possibility goes, how did this happen? And what can I do to respond? Can I enroll people in making a change? What can I do to create value? It's almost like your initiative and attention on the problem is what repairs it, because you take initiative in finding a solution, or you take initiative in enrolling people to come to a solution together. I love this. You can always find within yourself the source of any problem that you personally have, not of the world, but that you have. It's interesting that once we have these distinctions in our minds from personal growth books like the ones I've read, I can't get rid of the distinctions. Every time I see something that happens, I have multiple ways in which to think about it and apply. This is a great example. It's all based on this idea of us having hidden assumptions that we're not aware of that give us what we see. Why not invent a better lens of looking at the world that gives us a more realistic version of what we see, and then responding well to that? This is my favorite though, and I really agree with this. I've been thinking about this recently. Love is neither about self-determination or sacrifice. It is a context in which two people build the life they want together. Strength and independence are qualities that can enhance a relationship. I guess that line puts it more focus on the effort from both sides and what the expectations and priorities and values are. I pretty much know that because I wrote Booyah and underlined everything for that section. You are the instrument to make all of your relationships into effective partnerships. No problem arises that you are not prepared to own and respond to. You find compassion by opening the channel and removing the barriers to tenderness within you. You earn self-respect, virtual and deep connection, and a clear road to making a difference. Being the board is really just another framework and image for thinking about responsibility and how to respond to life's challenges, and sort of the context to live, or to set a context and live it out, instead of succumbing to an expectation or succumbing to all of your assumptions about everything, all this mind noise up here. Living out here instead of upstairs. I'll link my original Being the Board video below if you'd like to watch it, but that is the image for today. Keeping you, DFTBA. I will see you tomorrow. Everybody, Palka. Good night. No alarm tonight. Sleeping in a little bit.